We have with us today the most fresh and sweet news from the Korean bio industry. My name is Juri Hwang and I will be delivering some of Korea's hottest biotech issues today for you. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and set your alarm for Bio TV. For today's Bio News, we'll focus on the K-New Drug project to develop globally well-selling Korean drugs. In addition, we will bring you the news on Korean biotech companies that are highly likely to gain entrance to the True Trillion Club, as well as MBD Biotech's recently completed round of financing. Korea will soon kick off a national project to develop new drugs that could generate annual sales over 1 trillion Korean won in the global market. The Ministry of Science and ICT has officially appointed Moo Hyun-sang, former head of the Korea Drug Development Fund, as the first head of this program, jointly led by the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy and Ministry of Health and Welfare. This project will provide support across the entire life cycle of the new drug development, from the identification of hit, lead, and candidate compounds to non-clinical studies, as well as phase 1 and 2 clinical trials through the commercialization. Under this massive pan-governmental project, a whopping 2.1 trillion won will be provided starting from this July over the next 10 years. The Korean government plans to combine every R&D capacity of relevant ministries to develop new Korean drugs that could earn as much as 1 trillion won a year in the global market. The head Moo Hyun-sang recently announced that he will do his best to unveil new domestic drugs in the global market by actively investing in the identification of new drug candidates. Let's look forward to the emergence of these new global rock stars. Korean biotech companies are expected to open the era of 2 trillion won worth of annual sales this year with their strong technological competitiveness for the development of new drugs and diagnostic kits. It is very interesting to see that the biotech companies and diagnostic kit manufacturers such as Celltrion and SD Biosensor are driving the growth of the Korean bio industry, which is quite a change from the past when traditional pharmaceutical companies were at the forefront of opening the era of 1 trillion won worth of annual sales. Last year, 12 biotech companies, including Celltrion, Yuhan Corporation, SD Biosensor, and GC Pharma, were founded to exceed 1 trillion won in annual sales. Considering that Celltrion recorded more than 1.8 trillion won and Yuhan, SD Biosensor, and GC Pharma exceeded 1.5 trillion won in annual sales, the Korean bio industry is expected to enter the 2 trillion club this year. Korean biotech companies are also focusing even more on the development of new drugs to build on their recent achievements and to surpass the market expectations. In particular, as Hanmi Pharmaceutical and Yuhan recently succeeded in licensing out their deal, other pharmaceutical companies have gained confidence that they could also do the same. Those achievements were made possible thanks to their consistent R&D as well as technological capabilities to develop new drugs. Indeed, major companies have not reduced their investment in R&D even amid the COVID-19 pandemic last year. And Yuhan and Hanmi Pharmaceuticals have chosen to make even stronger investments in R&D compared to their annual sales. It seems that 2 trillion club is just around the corner. Let's keep our fingers crossed. MBD Biotech announced that it has completed its Series B round of financing and successfully raised 11.5 billion won. It has been 2 years since the company has raised another investment after the completion of its Pre-A and Series A rounds, and the total amount of investment it has financed so far is 23.5 billion won. MBD is a company that has developed a 3D cell culture platform specialized in finding the best combination of anti-cancer drugs. Using this platform, the company checks drug responses with single or concomitant administration of different anti-cancer therapies. Plus, by analyzing these results, the company proposes personalized cancer treatments with the best combination of anti-cancer drugs. Recently, MBD also established a joint lab with the Luxembourg Institute of Health for personalized precision medicine specialized for cancer patients and is currently conducting clinical trials in Europe. The CEO of MBD, Kubosung, said that the company's Series B investment will be used for recruiting the next generation of talented individuals and conducting multi-center trials at home and abroad. It seems that the dream of personalized anti-cancer treatment will finally come true very soon. Well, that's it for today's news. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and set your alarm for bio news. Make sure to have koreabio as friend on Facebook and LinkedIn as well, and I will come back to you in 2 weeks with more interesting issues related to the Korean bio industry. Bye.